Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. He's probably saying afternoon. He's usually in the morning, but no, we're running a little bit behind today. But my name is Terry Toot, and my show is called Bite Time. And today's show will be called We're All Connected. Today's show, we're going to discuss how telecom companies are leading the charge with AI for 2025 and beyond. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, this is a subject that where AI is really coming to focus because we're using a lot of telecom for VC, watching cable TV, okay, cellular communication, BTCs at work, video teleconferencing, um, all of that stuff. And this is where AI really, I'm not a big fan of AI, but the artificial intelligence really comes into play. Plus, with the new networking gear that's used by the telecom companies, we'll get into all that. Also, last night was at the start of the college football playoffs. Alabama defeated Oklahoma. Then today we have some games that are on playing right now. We have Texas A&M playing University of Florida. After that, we have Tulane versus Ole Miss. And then tonight, we have 7:30 game will be James Madison of Virginia versus Oregon, University of Oregon. So some games you can check out. And then we have some college basketball and all that. But other than that, it is a Christmas holiday, the festive spirit. So let's keep that going. On that note, let the funk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the final weekend before Christmas. I know some of you are at the mall doing the shopping, but I'm done. I'm done. I am done, ladies and gentlemen. I am done. Done. I gotta get two more side things. Side gifts, but they'll probably be Amazon gift cards. That's what I'm gonna do. That's the easy way out nowadays. But once again, welcome to Bite Time. My name is Terry Toot, and today's show will be called We're All Connected. So basically, we're gonna talk about how telecom companies are leading the charge with AI for 2025 and beyond. So this is picking up mass, a lot of support, and a lot of money. Okay, because you got a lot of countries, a lot of governments are putting a lot of money into AI. This is like the pinnacle of technology, but it's working in different ways. So we have the telecoms. That's what we're going to talk about today. Telecoms is really important because for me to communicate with you, I have to go through a provider. In this case, which would be Verizon. So if I wouldn't be able to communicate with you unless I have that telecom access, okay, in order to communicate with my friends out here in the world, okay? And with AI, it's going to make a big difference with the gear technology or telecom gear from these companies. We're going to get into all that. What else we got going on? Almost the last weekend of the NFL football season. So we got tomorrow, and I think we got games on Christmas Day and on the following weekend. And I think that'll be it. And then we're just going to start into the playoffs. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, as they always say, let's get the show started. So, like I was saying, AI is taking on a role where we just thinking, oh, AI is just going to be computing. Oh, no, it's going to be with telecom, a really big investment in telecom. Okay. And you was probably saying to yourself, why would you be that? Because number one, telecom and the infrastructure working with these telephone companies and the telecom gear companies are really important. Like I was saying, if I didn't have Verizon, I wouldn't be able to communicate with you. They're a telecom company. They have specific software, telecom gear that's used to have built into my house. Okay, I still need a connection like a receiver. All right, and the routers they're working off of telecom. Okay, yeah, you got your cat five cables Going to the router, that's all telecom. All that data is coming through there. And depending on the packages you have, using the fiber optics, it could be faster. So this is where AI is coming into focus right now. All right. And like I said, companies are putting a lot of money into this in this new genre that's going on. So we're gonna start with some of the companies um, around the world where this is happening. Okay. So we're gonna start with one of the global operators. This is SK Telecom. They're out of South Korea. Okay. They're building AI infrastructure, transforming operations, and creating AI services. They even have their own in-house AI platforms because they had the technology, they had the telecom gear, all the stuff to work with, right? So not only is it doing mobile, see, I was saying you need telecom, mobile, broadband. Here comes the Verizon. Here comes the uh, who else? AT&T. Here comes the other company out there, Comcast. This is where it's all coming to fold. Enterprise companies that need broadband, cybersecurity on their networks. Okay, and companies that come in there that do that, like say for instance, in this case, Hawaii, which is out of China, they're one of the top telecom gear companies, providing platforms, security, and everything for them. All right, and also the SC Telecom, SK Telecom of South Korea. They're doing an AI enabled radio access and the 6G. We talked about this on a previous show. And you're working with partners like Samsung. Samsung's phenomenal. Okay. You know what I talk about because I got the TVs in here. Okay. But so that's SK Telecom from South Korea. Next company is China Mobile's huge because you need that. They need telecom for all the people they have in that country. Okay. China's probably the biggest country in the world. Okay. They have to have a massive network. They need to have a giant network. They have 5G advanced telecom, okay, with AI tools that's needed, okay. Also, China Mobile, you got China Unicorn, China Telecom, and a lot of these companies are investing a lot of money because they know AI is the future, okay. All right, and then bring on the Americans, Verizon, and basically same thing, network automation and enterprise edge. So you definitely, plus they work in the private sector. They work with Fortune 100, Fortune 50 companies also. So these are companies that are working with them. Same thing. Augmented, virtual reality, augmented reality, all this stuff is what they work with too. Robotics and all kind of applications. Okay, it's using, believe it or not, AI is using the AI feature that they have at Verizon. They're using Google's Gemini. Same search engine. I mean, search engine like ChatGPT, but this is Gemini. I have it too. Okay. They're going to use this AI generated system for the customer care, you know, and working with, all the other assets of Verizon. Okay. All right. Cool, cool. Another country to look at also is Australia. They have this new mantra called Connected Future 30 strategy. All right. They're working with next generation network transformations. So this is where AI is coming in the fold. Okay. We can't just lay on our butts and thinking, oh, it's gonna be okay. No. Here Telstra out of Australia is telling you up front, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this money, okay, we are going to not sit around. We're going to push it because we know that artificial intelligence is the way to go, and it's not going to change, especially in telecom. Everyone knows that. NTT Docomo out of Japan, huge company. Same thing. Network performance optimization. They're going to have predictive analytics and real time adjustment for spectrum, traffic, and coverage. Now, spectrum is a big thing. Okay. You know how everyone says, oh, well, we need more spectrum. We really do. to be honest, especially in the United States, because we're using a lot of spectrum, video, audio with telecom. Okay. So we could say, hey, man, listen, we need more. We could go and up our plan at Verizon, Comcast, AT&T. But the government has a stranglehold on that, saying, okay, well, we're going to let you get so much from the radars, Verizon, okay, um, Comcast, AT&T, whoever other carriers are out there. You only allow, we're going to give you, we'll let you buy this much spectrum. But after that, that's it. So this is where it comes to the fold where we have AI. AI will dictate, okay, listen, we can only work with this much, but listen, we can still put this amount of data going down the pipes. This is really, really important. Really, really important. Vodafone, they're from out of Europe, mostly in the UK. They're using AI for customer experience, automation, predictions, and resource management. Okay, and then also working with vendors, integrate AI across operations. Telefonica, which is Europe and Latin America, huge, another huge company. Another telecom that's huge. Same thing. Generation AI platforms they're using with their networks, enterprise solutions also, virtual assistants. I mean, it goes on and on. Everyone's doing something a little different, but basically the same. Okay. We just talked about predictive services. Basically, we talk with enterprises, how Verizon's in there. Um, who else is out there? Telstra from out of Australia. Same with them. They're doing that same thing. All right. And then we go to India. India's got a huge population also. Their company's called Airtel. What they're doing is working with Google Cloud. Um, so basically, they're using the cloud to store their information and working with AI. So you got AI Hub and AI solutions for the network and enterprise services. You hear that word enterprise, you're gonna hear that a lot. Okay. Also, um, they're using major 5G. No, they're also gonna. This is crazy. They're gonna offer bundle AI services to consumers. Okay, they're gonna create more data centers in India too. So you need you need that data, you need that space, you need the power to push the information. China Unicom, same thing. AI models, services, the GSMA networks. Um, then we have another company called MTM Group that's out of Africa, and Oridu is out of the Middle East. Same thing. They're doing AI cloud solutions. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. Also a company called Singtel. Okay, launch your AI platforms. Same thing. AI adoption. They're just trying to get things moving. Okay. Now, for the to have this stuff to work properly, ladies and gentlemen, we need what they call platform or the telecom gear companies. So Ericsson, you remember them? They used to have the phones and all. Now their focus is on providing infrastructure with, say for instance, you need routers, okay, you need backup servers. We're going to provide gear, fiber optics, and all that. Here comes Ericsson. Okay, they're using AI, okay, for automation, network slicing, optimization, because you got to optimize that network so it doesn't get bundled. I mean, it doesn't get jammed up all the time. So everything's got to be moving swiftly, smooth. You know what I mean? Um, and this is how it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Nokia. Okay, they're from out of Finland. Company's been around forever making the phones. They're still in that market and making an itty bitty little dent in the phone manufacturing. But no, they want to be the person that's providing that infrastructure inside. Same thing. They want to provide their gear, the platforms. This is what I have. We're going to work 4G networks over here in Helsinki. Okay. We're going to work on this in Norway, but we're going to provide you the gear so you can communicate with people that you have out in the field. All right. Same thing. You must have that infrastructure in place. All right. Also, the cloud and AI platform players. You know who they are. All right. Microsoft, Azure, Google Cloud, AWS. They're not going anywhere. All right. They're going to provide services with AI. Okay. And this is something, like I said, it's not going away. But really, in this particular case, and the infrastructure of telecom, you definitely got to have them. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Okay. And it's not going anywhere. They need to be here. They definitely need to be here. All right. All right. So what I'm looking at now, ladies and gentlemen, let's skip this over here. So so coming up, we're going to talk about some of the top telecom AI leaders for 2025. Like I said, SK Telecom, China Mobile, China Unicom. They're huge. Verizon, you know about them. Telstra from out of Australia. NT Docomo, China. NTT Docomo out of China. Vodafone, European, but mostly British. Um, Telefonica, Latin America. And Bharti Airtel and Reliance Jio, which is out of India. Unbelievable. And like I said, in infrastructure companies, like I was telling you, Ericsson, Nokia, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, AWS, they're not going anywhere. Okay. Because they're going to need these infrastructure inside the platforms that they're working on. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, I used to work telecom, ladies and gentlemen. I worked for Verizon Wireless for 2 years. And prior to that, I worked for Nextel, and I worked in the telecom industry, so I know a little bit. It's been a while, but I know a little bit here. Okay. All right. So with SK Telecom from out of South Korea, okay, their AI, some of the structure, the AI, what they're going to have is what they call autonomous network operations. So AI is going to predict congestion failures and a definite shift. Say, for instance, you're having issues, you're on the network, and all of a sudden the alarms are popping up. Boom, boom, boom. We're having this issue. It's going to automatically tell you, hey, we need to open up this gateway, or let's open up servers so we can push the data here. All right. Or we can push the data over here. All right. This is here. And they're investing a lot of money in this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. They're replacing. Now, here's the part I don't like. They got the AI customer agents, which are replacing customer service. I've done it, and this is going to be a problem because you're going to talk to a machine, and if it continues having problems and they can't understand what you're talking about, whatever, this is going to be a major problem. So this is where they're doing away with the customer service, which is it sucks, but we have to realize this is what it is. Okay, AI data centers still gonna need people for that because you can't run that system along all the time. You're gonna have hiccups along the way. Okay, you might have a Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable breaking off. Okay, um, you might need to replace some memory, one of the servers. Okay, thin client might have some issues. So, but the data centers are not going anywhere. They have them here where I live at Maryland, and they're all in Virginia. Oh my God, especially in Northern Virginia, they're all over the place, and people are really getting tired because it's running up their bills because they have to run 24/7. Those Some of those servers need to be cool in the area inside those data centers. They had to be cool. All right, China Mobile, same thing. Massive traffic networks on there. They operate the largest mobile network in the world. The population in China is very, very large, ladies and gentlemen. With AI, it's going to have predictive maintenance on a national scale. So basically, what AI is saying, listen, all right, this needs to be replaced. This needs to be replaced right now. Okay. In the future, this needs to be replaced going down the line. But right now, with the AI predictive maintenance, it's going to tell you what needs to be replaced, and you have to do that soon. Okay. Also, advanced 5G. 5G. You can't go wrong. It's gonna be more advanced in China. Let me look up what the population is in China, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's huge. I know it's big. I know it's really large. I've never been to China, and I can just imagine what the population. The population in China is 1.4 billion people. Let me repeat that: 1.4 billion people. How many is the population here in the United States? The United States has 343 million people. That's a lot of people in China. All right. All right. Verizon. This is what they're going to be doing. AI, edge, and enterprise. So you know how Verizon works. They work with Fortune 100, Fortune 50 companies, and they're going to provide AI platform services also, robotics, logistics, augmented reality, virtual reality, 5G. Okay. Also, the they're going to have AI based customer experience and churn prediction when they change stuff, okay? And cybersecurity, which is really, really important. Really, really important. On all these companies, ladies and gentlemen, cybersecurity is really, really important. Same thing, NTT Docomo, all right? You know, same thing, radio optimization, predictive analytics for service quality, um, AI assisted disaster response network, which is really, really important. If you got an issue, you got a server that's going down, you have, you know, one of your optical devices or issues, you got an alarms that's going off, and it's good that they have something like this. All right. They are also in the early stage of 6G AI experimentation. So that we talked about it, 6G. Okay. Vodafone, same thing. All these other companies, they are really investing a lot of money with AI, cloud, bundled services, which would be great. Okay. So it's fantastic what they're doing right now in all these different companies, and they're really, really, really putting emphasis. I'm really enjoying, hearing this information. So this is a prediction for regional leadership for comparison. So in East Asia, which would be considered Korea, China, Japan, they're going to work on the deep AI native network 6G leadership, which they already have some up of a leg up on us. United States enterprise, that's our thing. You want enterprise, you want those Fortune 50, 100 companies, or Fortune 100 ones. Enterprise AI, all right, edge compute and monetization. We got to make some money. Okay. In Europe, automation, regulation friendly. Okay. You know how it is nowadays. We have issues with some of the things that some of our private companies that work with the government, we have issues where it's not plausible for the general public. So in that matter, um, this is going to be something in Europe. Um, India, same thing. They're going to have they have a huge population, so the AI is going to work tremendously in India. Middle East, same thing. You see over in Dubai how streamlined it is over there. This is the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. AI is not fully it's implemented, but not like they want to do it. It's going to be fantastic. I've never been to Dubai. From what I'm hearing, it's streamlined. The technology over there is really, really good. So that's something to think about. Africa, um, cost efficiency, AI for cost efficiency and covers expansion. So, say for instance, you're in Africa, so you're in Nairobi, you want to get data come from, let's say, Soweto, South Africa, or Zimbabwe. Okay. Um, Cost efficiency is really, really important. So you want that cost, you want a lot of data, but you want to spend a lot of money. Okay. Where AI is going to come in there and bring that cost down and still get better data, possibly even more. This is how important it is, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So right now, who's winning the war or who's winning the business right now on the revenue growth? Verizon, SK, Telecom out of South Korea, and Reliance Geo, which is in India. Okay. Enterprise AI services. I told you these Fortune 100 companies, especially ones like on Wall Street in that area of finance, they need data in a hurry, because especially on Wall Street. Okay, they're constantly making deals, making deals. Okay, and they definitely need numbers. We need numbers. We need numbers. Okay, and you can't rely on a system that's slow as hell. So you yeah, Vodafone. I can see that. China Mobile, NTT Docomo. Yeah, we gotta watch your numbers. Okay, and then strategic future leaders. It's definitely gonna be SK Telecom, China Mobile, NTT Docomo, Ericsson, Nokia will be the vendors. Okay. Here's a question: what separates leaders from followers? Okay, this is in telecom. Okay, AI is core to strategy, not a side project. Hell no. All the money that's being pushed out there. Heavy compute ownership, most definitely. Strong cloud and AI partnerships. I don't care who you got AI with. Azure, um, Google Gemini. It doesn't matter. Clear monetization beyond connectivity. That's America. But this is like for all the countries, and the companies we talked about. You have to have a model of how making this money beyond connectivity. You really do. You really, really do. You really, really do. So that's a good trait to have. Really, really good. So what they're predicting by 2030, networks will be largely autonomous. Okay. AI agents will manage spectrum, traffic, and services. Really, really important. Okay, because what you're trying to do is they rather have AI instead of human being manage the spectrum, because managing spectrum is really, really important. All right, and traffic, you still have to monitor the traffic. Humans have to do that. You can't rely on AI all the time. You really need to have a person to monitor data traffic, how it flows. Okay, connectivity. Gotta be connected. Okay, I want to talk to somebody. If I need to communicate with someone over in California, I need to make sure I can get to that person immediately, or in Chicago, or in LA. I need that. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, this is something that's really you got to think about. AI and telecom is here. They're not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that right now. They're not going anywhere. But that was my little thing from telecom. It's here, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you to know that it's not going anywhere. But on that note, I'm not going to leave you. I just got one more thing to say. But I hope everyone out there enjoy your time with your loved ones, because it's really important to have fun with loved ones during this holiday season. I just hope you really do. God bless you all. And I'm gonna stick around. I'm hoping everyone has the kids have great gifts and all that, and have some fun with your friends and family or whatever. I'm gonna be watching the Knicks playing on Christmas Day. I'm looking forward to that. I might even cook brisket, but I'm really looking forward to enjoying I have some time off too, so I'm gonna be off, relaxing, chilling, not doing anything. I don't know if I'm gonna do a podcast next Saturday. We'll see. I gotta see how I feel. I can tell you what I did. Come on and tell you what I did. Other than that, that's probably gonna be. I probably won't do on it. I'm just gonna relax, chill out, just like everybody else. But if you have any great stories you want to tell me, you can leave it on my podcast, um, and let me know, and I'll probably bring it up on the next show. Also, I hope what else we got? Just think about the kids out here, ladies and gentlemen, and even yourselves. Times are gonna be tough, um, with the layoffs and everything. The tariffs are affecting everybody of what they buy, and it's such a bad thing to think about. And I just want everyone to really, really enjoy themselves. Well, I plan on doing it. I really do, and I'm really looking forward to having a little relaxation going into the new year, and that's basically it. So we're gonna play one more song, and then this is Tokyo After Dark by El Dorado playing right now. All right. Once again, this next song is Lighter Than Air. Hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful holiday. Merry Christmas. And if I don't talk to you next weekend, Happy New Year. But I probably will. You know me, I can't stop talking. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Um, Everybody else out there, enjoy yourselves. Take care. Good luck and be well. I love you guys. And we'll be back here hopefully next weekend. And you can tell me your stories. Take care.